Warm flesh in my stomach. It's juice on my cheeks. Bones to grind beneath my teeth. What's there not to love for a dog out here making the countryside his home? I've always got plenty of land to roam free, plenty to hunt. By the time anybody finds the bones I've left behind, I'm already moved on. No harm, no foul. Although it would be nice to get a grooming every now and then. I'm getting pretty matted around the eyes. I had a family once. I had to run away though. One day we were out back playing chase, and I guess I just got carried away. I bit the little one. It was pretty bad. The big one kicked me off of it and rushed inside the house, locking me outside in the backyard heat. I could smell the blood on the ground. I couldn't resist going to lick it up. It wasn't very long at all before humans came to corral me. I saw them over the fence. I could smell them. In my excitement, in panic, I jumped through the hole in the fence I had made a year ago. I was beyond excited. My limbs, my veins felt like they were flooded with fire. I ran so fast, I made it out of the neighborhood in no time. I kept running even past that. Running and running. Some human stopped and picked me up when I was walking along the side of the road out of town. They even let me ride up front. We drove and drove and drove. That night, we stopped at some rest stop. Seemed like the middle of nowhere. I couldn't stop thinking about all that blood. It was so sweet. And remembering the feel of it in my mouth had me wagging my tail in the front seat. I must have been wagging too hard. The old thing got up and started petting me. I didn't mind at first. I was still reliving the moment I dug my teeth into their soft flesh. I was lost in my thought, but it started petting too hard. I didn't like that. I didn't like it at all. My body just moved. It snapped. I ripped into his wrist and the juices were flowing. It started swatting and kicking from the back seat. I was in a fervor. I ripped at his face and at his neck. And I lapped, and I lapped, and I lapped. I was satiated for a long time after that. I spent the next few months just wandering. Some nice humans fed me along the way. Some invited me into their homes. But I never stayed for long. Setting off on my own, going where I will. That always felt like the right thing to do. I was making my way through a particularly rural chain of towns the next time I saw a chance for that ecstasy to manifest. It was already dark out, but it wasn't particularly late. All the folks were still finishing their errands and ending their day. I had spent the day in the town park, hiding in bushes to avoid humans. I was getting very hungry, though. The last time I ate must have been weeks ago. The last time someone provided a free meal, even longer. I thought I might have luck hunting something small if I went towards the hills on the edge of town. I was trying to keep hidden. Humans never see me and leave me alone. They either approach or call someone else to. I was closing in on what I thought was going to be a good forest for catching something small to eat that night. I was cutting through the hedges of a beautiful garden when I heard the unmistakable steps of a human. I froze where I was and peered out. It was coming the direction I was heading. I smelled it before I saw it. Above all the other flowers in the garden, I could smell it. It smelled so sweet. My mouth watered. The taste of blood beset my tongue. I didn't think. I didn't need to. My instinct unleashed. As soon as I saw it, I leapt from the bushes and began to tear. My lips, my neck, my paws drowned in the blood. But it was making so much damn noise. It brought me back to reality. The danger set in. I needed it to stop. My instincts took over again, and my jaw clamped around its throat. How quickly the sound ended. It stopped flailing. I was finally free to enjoy my meal. I ate, and I ate, and I ate. All of the soft parts. Every bit until my stomach would not allow me any more. It felt like it would burst. My own tongue began to bleed from how long I licked the blood off the stone path. As full as I was so close to the woods and the hills, so close to safety. I had intended to spend the night there anyway. It seemed like such a shame to leave so much more delicious food here on the ground. I had never had the chance to save any before. My mouth salivated with excitement. It wasn't very big. I bit into several places on its body, trying to get purchase and attempt to drag it into the woods with me. I grabbed on its neck. I grabbed on its shoulder, on its paw. I even tried to drag it by the tail on its head. I tugged and pulled and dug my paws into the ground. I was beside myself with excitement. It was fueling my every tug. It wasn't moving much, but it was budging, little by little. And every little bit, I got more and more excited to have it with me, to be alone with it. All of that excitement curdled into fear when I saw the lights of the house next to us flip on. I heard a human. It was making such a loud noise. I knew it was calling more humans. My heart began to pound at the thought of them coming to snatch me up. Of being in a cage for the rest of my life, or even worse. No, I was gonna have to lay low after this, in the wilds for some time before moving on to the next town. Ooh, but I couldn't wait for the next town. As I heard sirens coming towards me, my instincts overrode every other thought in my mind. Out of sheer panic, I stood up on my 2 feet, grabbed the young woman's body, and took off towards the hills.